Today we're going to be talking about the only 3 drills you need as a quarterback to throw farther. Now, where all of your throw power comes from as a quarterback is going to be your legs, your hips, and your core. But it's not just about your legs and your hips and your core rotating all at once. It's about the timing in which your legs transfer weight to the front foot, your hips rotate, and your core rotates in your sequence of events with your throw, aka the throwing sequence. So I'm going to highlight for you just a basic throwing sequence, what we want to try to achieve as a quarterback, and then we'll get into our first drill, which is our hitch drill to help us generate more power when I'm hitching up on a deep throw. So whenever we throw, you guys, most important thing is you want your weight to try to be about 60 to 70% on your back leg, and you want your foot all the way up to your back, like I guess you could say your head, to be stacked on top of each other like a skyscraper. So you want your weight to be back, and what you want to do from this point is you want to stride to the target. But notice how I'm not pushing to the target. Remember, it's about timing. It's not about transferring your weight. It's about when you decide to transfer your weight in your throwing sequence. So your weight's back, you're here, you stride to the target. Your weight stays here, right? When your weight stays there, you want your shoulders to rotate back and you want your hands to go back, right? So we're in this position. Now, right from this position, that's when you want to transfer your weight. That promotes your hip rotation, your core rotation, and here. Now, the mistake that guys will make when they drop back, and this is what this drill works on, is they'll take a 3-step drop to the left, top of the drop, they'll have some weight on their front foot, they hitch up, but they leave that weight onto their front side. So they'll take a step to the target, but their back hip, their back knee, their back foot are all outside of their frame. So they end up throwing all arm, their leg hyperextends, they push the ball, it doesn't spin and turn over. What we have to do at the top of my drop when I hitch up is get my weight back to that back leg, almost rocking the weight back. So that is what this drill works on. So you're gonna be doing 6 reps of this drill. You wanna set up a target, I would say about 30 yards away from you, directly in front. You could also work it off to the left or off to the right if you please, but you're gonna start out with weight on your front foot. All you're going to do is just simply replace your feet. So you're gonna take your right foot and move it up and replace your left foot. Then you're gonna go back, left replaces the right. Then you're gonna do that a second time, then you go back, third time, then on the third one, you are going to throw. Now having that back foot under you to where your shoulders could rotate back, your hips could rotate before the shoulders, and you get the proper whip and throwing sequence. So we're gonna show you how this drill should look full speed from a different angle so you guys can see it, but it's a great drill to work on your guys' hitch and generating more power with your hitch. Fellas, before we get into that full speed example of that drill, if you are a quarterback or a wide receiver and you'd like to train with myself and my staff of coaches this offseason, we're gonna be traveling out to 15 different cities across the entire US for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver training camps. Our first camp of the year was in San Francisco, California. We already completed that camp. That camp was completely sold out. Then we'll be heading out to Orlando, Florida, Phoenix, Arizona, Charlotte, North Carolina, Austin, Texas. All 4 of those camps, you guys, are completely sold out as well. The reason why our camps sell out is just because we limit spots so each athlete can get individualized coaching, and we don't like having a million different people out there where we can't work with athletes individually, myself and my staff, like I said. So if you're local to one of these 10 cities that we're about to list that have available spots, check out that very first link in the description below. We'll be also coming out to Las Vegas, Nevada, Seattle, Washington, Chicago, Illinois, Newark, New Jersey, Birmingham, Alabama, Houston, Texas, Boston, Massachusetts, Boise, Idaho, Los Angeles, California, and Columbus, Ohio. So guys, very first link in that description below. We'd love to have you there. Let's get back to this video. Now, the next drill we're going to be going over, fellas, is called our no stride deep ball drill. So one of the mistakes that quarterbacks will make on a deep ball, especially even on that hitch drill that we just showed you, is that they'll hitch up, they'll get weight to their back leg, but when they are at this point, they push off of their back foot and shift all their weight to their front foot. Maybe they take a big stride. Maybe it's not even a big stride, just their weight goes through too early. So the issue with that is that, again, like remember how we said when they hitch up, quarterbacks will leave weight on their front side and their back hip, back knee, back foot are all behind them? It essentially gets you to the same point. On the foot strike, we never want to be behind ourselves. On the foot strike, we want to be underneath myself. So a lot of guys, they'll hitch up, they'll get to a perfect spot, but they push, and then all that is left behind, and again, it's an arm throw, leg locks out, and the deep ball is inconsistent. So this drill kind of forces you to have to get to that position where the foot is down, because we're taking the stride completely out of the equation, and have your hips rotate through and weight transfer before the shoulders, and at the right time of your throwing sequence. It forces us to get there. So same thing, you're gonna have a target 30 yards away. you're gonna get a perfect base, 60% on the back leg, stacked, 60 to 70% stacked. Front foot's gonna be anchored down. All you're gonna do is you're gonna arc your shoulders. You're already gonna have your hands back like you've taken a stride, and literally all you're gonna do, guys, is just transfer your weight and have your arm rotate through, and it forces us to have to be in the perfect throwing sequence. A lot of guys will do this drill and they pull this to get the ball to go through. We don't wanna do that. Keep your upper body nice and relaxed, nice and stable, transfer the weight, and have the hips fire the upper half through. So I recommend doing about 20 reps of this specific drill. Target's about 30 yards away. And to show you how it should look, full speed. Now this next drill, you guys, is gonna be our 3-step drop hitch straight jacket drill. So straight jackets are something that we've posted on this channel before, but a straight jacket drill is where your arms are gonna be across your chest like this, hands across your shoulders, nice and tight like you're in like a straight jacket where you can't move your hands. And so all we're gonna be focused on doing in this position is having our hips bring our upper half through. So the reason why we do this off of a drop, the reason why we're thinking about a deep ball, is because we don't wanna be ball result oriented. We solely wanna focus on my mechanical sequence. Remember, my mechanical sequence on a deep ball is that I hitch up, weight's on my back leg, I stride. When I stride, my weight stays back, my shoulders rotate back, and the only way my front shoulder can rotate back is if my weight stays back. If my weight pushes forward, I can't rotate my shoulders back. So this straight jacket drill promotes us rotating our shoulders, and if we push forward, I can't do the drill correctly. So this drill, again, forces us to have to get in that correct mechanical sequence. So I want 10 reps on the left, 10 reps on the right, like we're throwing a deep fade, but all you're gonna do is just set, go, take a 3-step drop. You're gonna hitch up and have the straight jacket bring you through. As soon as you hitch up, your weight shifts to your back leg. We're putting all the drills together that we did. We stride, rotate the shoulders back, hips bring the shoulders through. So we're gonna show you how this thing should look, full speed.